You don't get that close. Nobody in their right mind would get that close. But, whatever. So, on to the topic of this video. What are my 2 pistol classifications? Now, I know there's a bunch of other ones, like you could talk about like AR pistols, stuff like that. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about a pistol, it goes in a holster, you can carry it on your body. Breaks down into 2 different categories. You got your CCW, and then your standard like combat pistol. So what am I looking for out of each pistol? Let's start with the CCW. What I'm looking for is how well does it carry? Can I carry this on me without getting annoyed? Are the controls shaved down? Is it light? Does it have smooth sides? Can I carry this all day and not get so angry the next day I leave it on top of my dresser? That's the number 1 most important thing with my concealed carry pistol is, can I carry it without it being a problem? Number 2, does it have a capacity of at least 5 rounds? Because the statistics, it's like 2 or 3 rounds fired in a self-defense situation. I want 5. Does it have that capacity? Is it reasonably reliable? If I have a completely clean gun that hasn't fallen in the mud or had 50,000 rounds of ammunition through it, completely clean gun, can I fire the magazine without a malfunction and do that consistently? Now, after the gun gets dirty, that doesn't matter because your concealed carry gun, you wouldn't have it dirty. You wouldn't carry a dirty gun on you. It would be completely clean in the best possible circumstances. So in the event you have to use it, it reliably works. So on a completely clean gun, how reliably can it empty the magazine? After the magazine's empty, I don't really care at that point. Now I want to go clean the gun again and make sure it works reliably on an empty magazine. On a clean gun, if it can't finish the magazine, I'm not interested. So what about the other style of pistol, like a combat style? What's important to me on this? Number 1, the sights. Does it have decent sights? Are they easy to pick up? Are they low to the bore? Because I found with taller like suppressor height sights, when I fire, my back sight, if it's taller, I'll lose sight of my front sight. Like with these short nubby sights, when I'm going on recoil on that, I can always track my front sight, even when it comes down. Even if I'm slightly behind one of these back posts, it's still easy for me to find, still easy to get on target, still easy to make shots. Now my FNX 45 Tactical, that has suppressor height sights, and when I, even like how I present the gun, it has to be different. Like with this gun, I would go straight out, and I would shoot, I'd automatically basically have sight alignment. With my FNX 45 Tactical, because the big backside is so big and so huge, if I were to come up like this, I would have to search for my front sight. I basically have to tip the bore up, fire my front sight, and then come back down on it. So in my FNX 45 Tactical, when I shoot it, I have to come almost kind of like this so I can track my front sight the whole entire time and get it on target, otherwise I lose it behind the back sight. So I like nice short sights, tritium inserts if possible. Capacity! For my combat pistol, I want capacity. Like 10 rounds or more. Just because. With this type of gun, I'm looking at this as more like a primary weapon. Like I couldn't bring a long gun for X, Y, and Z, so I had no choice but to bring a pistol. I want the pistol to rock some ammunition. I want it to have a high capacity because this is going to be my primary weapon. With my primary weapon, I want ammunition. I do. CCW, not really so important because I got the AR or whatever in the trunk. This is just to buy me some time to be able to get it or retreat. Has just enough bite in it, so if it's used on something, hopefully that's enough bite to convince them whatever they're doing that I decided they shouldn't be doing, this can convince them of that. This is something different. If I have this, it's because I couldn't fit a long gun in that particular case. Whether that's like in a car or whatever. So the point is, I'm going to want maximum ammunition. Now I like flush mount magazines. Something that's nice and flush. Doesn't extend the base of the grip any. When you extend the base of the grip of the firearm, it just starts getting so heavy. It's unwieldy. I'm not a fan of it. You may be. And remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Just because I like certain things doesn't mean that's the best or even the right way to look at things. It's just what I prefer. Oh, what do we got here? Easy controls. I want easy controls. With the CCW, no. The controls really don't matter. There's one in the chamber. I'm just going until the magazine's empty. Then this is basically useless to me, except for like some sort of melee weapon. Who knows? Maybe I'll have an extra mag somewhere, but highly unlikely. Chances are it's going to have just the ammunition that's inside of the gun to make it as easy to carry as possible. Now with my combat style gun, I want the controls really super easy. Like this is my girl's 226. Slide release, right there. Hammer drop, right there. They're all right there. Like I can manipulate basically everything without moving my hand too much. Mag release, right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. One more time with the slide drop. Hammer release. Or decocker, whatever you would like to call it. Next thing, it's got a good trigger. It's part of the reason I'm not that big of a fan of Glocks. The trigger they come with is just blah. Now, I like this 226. This is a double single. So with the hammer down, I can just fire it. So if I am happening to carry this in a holster on my side or something like that, I don't really have to worry about too light of a trigger accidentally discharging it. But if I need to make a really fine shot, I can cock the hammer, or on every follow-up shot, because your first shot you would fire like this, and it would cycle and your hammer would already be cocked. I have a nice, light, easy to squeeze trigger that I can break very good shots with. All day reliability. Because if I had this, it's because for some reason I couldn't carry a rifle. I want all day reliability. I want this to function all day at the range. Magazine after magazine after magazine with little to no malfunctions. Just keeps on going like chug, 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 chug. Because I don't know. I mean, if this is my primary gun, I don't know how many times I'm going to shoot it. I need it to be reliable when it's dirty, when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's wet, when it's dry. All day reliability. Next one, easy to field strip. As most of us know, the SIG 226 doesn't fare very well should this go, belly up in mud. It just doesn't. And no firearms are going to for that matter. Yes, some will perform a little bit better than the others, but they're all going to fail at some point. Mud, sand, grit, water, that kind of crap, it screws up a firearm. So I want a firearm that's easy to field strip. Something like this. I can take it apart in a hurry, clean it up, get it to where I think it'll reliably function, and then put it back together. So, those are my two different qualifications for two different types of pistols. The one I'm going to carry, and the combat style handgun that may wind up being like a primary firearm. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like to support the channel, got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. Just by clicking on those links and doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway. I had a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.